Hello, everyone. It's Hooves of Doom. It's the end of February, and that means another hobby journey video. What did I do in February in the hobby? Um, well, painting wise, I spent the first 3 weeks or so working on um, my unit of Eternal Guard and 3 Waywatchers. Um, I was hoping to get those finished in the first week, as I said in my hobby journey at the end of January, but that didn't happen. They're just a bit slower. I had a lot of schoolwork this month, and it just really, I don't know. I could not get them finished. They just kind of dragged on and on. Fairly happy with the paint scheme, although I do think that they're a little bit sloppier than the same models I did in January. Um, but that's just the way it goes. They're finished now, and then this past week, um, I worked on Tomb Kings. I followed a tutorial by Vince Venturella with the airbrush. So I finally got the airbrush out and tried it out. Pretty intimidated at first. I think that's why I put it off for so long. I really like it. It's a lot of fun. I'm not a master by any means, but half decent, I think. And learning to get used to it is certainly happening, although slower than maybe I would like. But that's how you learn. You got to kind of uh, learn through your mistakes and keep moving forward. The channel this month was an interesting experience. I'm now at that point where the number of subscribers is fairly consistently good. I now get probably, I don't know, say 30 to 40 subscribers a month, but I also lose like between 8 and 10 a month, which is really weird. I think for like the first 150 subscribers, I lost like 3 or 4, and to lose like so much, it's hard to kind of. And in no way am I depressed about it because I still gain more than I lose, but it's a little bit weird to have like the numbers constantly going up and down, but more positive gains than anything else. And overall, it's been fun, and I really enjoy the video aspect of the hobby as well. Video making does take a lot of time. That's probably also one of the reasons why that I didn't get as much painting done necessarily as I have. I've been upping the hours a little bit in terms of video production, but it's all good. Um, so one of the other things I did this month is assemble a lot of guardsmen. So that took up some of my time, and that was while I was painting the wood elves. So it was a good kind of opportunity just to put like a little bit of paint on the wood elves and push them aside and just work on my guardsmen. That's probably why it took a while. So I got 30 generic guardsmen of lasguns for a youth platoon, which I just love that concept for the Cadians. And I got the generic guys. These are the two-piece guardsmen. They're just like the bodies and the weapon kind of clips on. You can buy 5 of these for $10 as opposed to 10 Cadians for $29. But that box has all the special weapons and extra bits. But I don't need that for the youth platoon, so that's why I went with it. I also bought a Valkyrie this month, which is awesome. Aircraft is something that most of my 40k armies really lack because last time I played 40k consistently, they weren't a thing in the game, so they're new, and I think they're kind of cool. But it's something that all my armies really need to prioritize a bit. So I've always liked the Valkyrie. I think it was probably one of the first aircrafts that they ever made. And I got the four-drilled upgrade kit, so it has 3 twin-link lascans. The other lascans are behind me. I'll glue them on later. Didn't do the cockpit, obviously, because that needs to be painted before you can put that together. So that, doing the Cadians did take up a bit of February as well. The good thing is that between now, the Tomb Kings, the Cadians, and the Empire, there's not really much in the way of assembling. It's just going to be 3 projects of consistently painting. A lot of painting, admittedly. The rest of the month, as part of the Cadian Force, I got like the little cards that go with the, so you can play specifically during the game with the rules for the Cadians, and I got the Astra Militarum Codex, so I'm all good to go there. I read through Age of Darkness, or rather, I finished Age of Darkness. I began this book mid-2015, and it took a while to kind of finish. It just kind of got pushed back and really kind of ignored when I moved, and then it just not a huge priority. It's a decent book. It's part of the Horus Heresy series, and I'm so far behind in that series now. There's so many books. So last month I got I Am Slaughter, and I got the next book, which I think is Predator or something. Anyway, I'm reading that one now. I finished I Am Slaughter, and it's actually a pretty good book. I mean, in no way is it super complex or anything like that. It's divided into chapters that are very short, which is actually kind of fun because you can read 2 or 3 a night very easily. I actually kind of enjoy these very simplistic Warhammer novels for the simple fact that most of my reading I do throughout the day is like, pretty hardcore articles for school or ancient history or something like that. So to go to something that's really basic and simple, and it's a nice transition just before bed. But yeah, so I'm reading the other one now, and I guess in March I have an Imperial Armor book, 9 and 10. They come in like a big box that I bought last year that I've never actually looked through. I'm gonna have to. I might do that for March as well. Those are such beautiful books. I love the Imperial Armor books that Forge World produces. So, what am I gonna do for March? I need to do a project for the Budget of Sigmar. I need to complete a complement of Wood Elves. But I'm going to push that very close to the end of March. And maybe I'll regret that when it comes right down to it. Here's what I need to get finished. This is my horrible pile of unassembled stuff. A Glade Lord. I'm actually looking forward to doing him. I think he's a beautiful model. And I have an idea of how I want to do his sword. And 5 Sisters of the Thorn, which gives me another spellcasting unit. And, which is good. I probably won't come back to Wood Elves for a long time after this, or at least until the end of Empire. Potentially I could roll for Wood Elves again, but it's really unlikely. But that army is largely complete. That's the whole idea of Budget of Sigmar. And once those are finished, you might see those in the battle reports that I do. But what I want to do mostly in March, certainly for the first 3 weeks, is Tomb Kings. And Vince is doing the March of the Tomb Kings. And it's actually kind of fun to work on an army that's now, no longer supported, and to then, at that point, begin to really work on it and explore it. And I would love to play Tomb Kings in my battle reports, and certainly when the army is finished, they will be part of those reports. So, Vince is going to do an entire month of Tomb Kings, and I do have this project towards the end of March for the Wood Elves, but I'm going to try to get as much or as many Tomb Kings finished in March as I humanly can. That's kind of my goal. Maybe just like the Wood Elves for this past month, I'll just completely flop. Um, but the goal would be to complete as much, if not all, of the Tomb Kings that I have in the first 3 weeks. Good thing is that my schoolwork, there's a break between quarters in the middle of March, so I might have a good solid week where I can get like 50 or 60 hours in. That would be awesome. We'll see. Maybe I'll just goof off most of that week and not get anything done. But um, so with the airbrush though, I think I can probably get the remaining 30 skeleton archers finished in this first week. And that would leave like a unit of skeleton warriors and horse archers maybe for the next week. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be rough. Anyways, I'll do as many as I can, certainly. So that is what I did in February and what I have planned for March, and we'll see how I do. I'll end the video with some pictures of the models that I painted up for February. It'll be very quick. Some of you have probably already seen these, but that's how it goes. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. As always, thank you for subscribing to the channel, and have a good one.